Hi guys. I'm starting to shoot some videos now, some vlogs, if that's what they're called. Basically, just to touch on a few issues like my mental health, my sort of journey into writing, maybe a few other topics that I might find interesting, or hopefully some people who watch these videos might find interesting. But this first video is going to be on my mental health and the mental health of those others. Excuse me if I stumble over my words. It's the first video I'm shooting, so I'm a little bit nervous and I've had to take my glasses off and my contact. I'm not put my contacts in because I don't want to see my face as I shoot this video, and I'll explain why in a second. So I've suffered from mental health issues from the majority of my life since I was a very young child, for reasons I won't get into in this video. I've suffered from clinical depression, severe anxiety, and panic attacks, and something called BDD, which is body dysmorphic disorder, which is basically, I guess the best way to describe it would be I don't see myself in pictures or pictures or on in the mirror the same way that other people might see me from an outside point of view. I take a lot of medication for these issues, especially for my BDD. If I didn't take the medication, basically it would be that severe that I would literally want to hack bits off myself. And to be perfectly honest, as a coping mechanism anyway, I do self harm. I take ownership of that. I'm not afraid to say that. That's something that I use as a coping mechanism, and I believe in speaking honestly in these videos. So that's what I'm going to do. So how it affects my life is basically I very rarely go outside. I struggle even taking the dogs for a walk. I don't go to the shops on my own because of my anxiety. I had a panic attack only yesterday when I took one of my dogs out, which just knocked me for six, and I'm still reeling from it today. So yeah, I've often cancelled plans with friends, which I make excuses a lot. And anybody watching this who's made plans with me and I've given you reasons for cancelling, now you know I just struggle with my mental health, but I will make excuses all the time. So yeah, it just affects me greatly. My body dysmorphia, especially, it's very hard living with it. My self-image struggles a great deal. I will literally, if I walk past someone in the street and I hear them giggling, I will think they're laughing at me because I look hideous. They might well just be having a conversation, and God knows they're probably not even thinking about me. But my body dysmorphia and my anxiety just takes over, and that's what I think. So yeah, the reason I want to shoot this video is because I think it's important to talk about these things. It's important to bring clarity to mental health and to really take ownership of it as well. And very important to reach out and not be afraid to reach out for help when you need it. As so many people are so afraid to talk about it and reach out for help when they need it, they suffer in silence. You know, if anybody came to the house or they saw me, they might see me laughing and joking or singing out loud. People I work with can attest to this. They've seen me singing on the shop floor that I work, and it's a coping mechanism for me. It doesn't mean that I'm having a great time. In fact, it probably means the opposite. If I'm singing out loud, it probably means I'm really struggling with my anxiety, and I sing out loud and I laugh and a joke to combat that. And another thing I do to combat it is self harm. I self harm quite regularly as a coping mechanism. And again, it's not the best coping mechanism, but as people will understand, I'm sure it is a coping mechanism. So that's where I'm at with my mental health, and I just wanted to shoot this video to kind of impress on people how important it is to talk about mental health and not to make it such a stigmatized issue. So many people are out there; they're probably thinking they're alone in this, as I often do, and that no one's alone. Strength in numbers, as I always say. So reach out for a friend. Really get help when you need it. Ask a friend to come round and spend time with you. If you can't manage to get outside, ask a friend to come round, spend time with you, get a takeaway. And on the other flip side of that, if you're on the flip side of that looking in, if you've got a friend that you think might be suffering, or you've not a friend you've not been in touch with for a while, suddenly their social media posts finished, stop for a while, get in touch with them. They might just be suffering. So I think it's very important to get out there and make contact with people. Might be a parent, might be a grandparent, might be a colleague from work. Please, please make sure that you make contact with people and you check up on them. You know, suicide is huge in this country and in other countries as well. And if only people would make that effort to contact people more often, to show that you really care about them and you're thinking about them. Because believe me, just showing that you're being thought about by people, it works wonders. It means 100% to some people. You know, recently I've had a friend of mine sending me videos over social media, motivational videos. And you know what? It meant the world to me that someone is actually thinking of you at the time and caring enough about you that they're willing to make that effort. Just a simple, trivial thing like that, sending you videos, it works wonders. So I'm going to keep these fairly short because I'm noticing I'm rambling and stumbling over my words a little bit, which I kind of knew was going to happen. You know, I've even taken my glasses off and not worn my contacts, especially, so I couldn't see my face properly in this video. So I apologise if my eyes are starey a bit and I'm a bit jittery, but it's my first video, so hopefully I can work on my confidence a bit and the video quality can improve. But for now, the main message is really just speak about it and get in touch with people, make contact. You know, there's 7 billion people in the world, and if you can't find the effort to contact at least 1 or 2 people in this world to show that you care, then what are we doing? What are we doing in this world if we can't do that? So, okay, guys, if you've watched this video, I appreciate it, and you know I've rambled on. Please leave comments if you want to, you know, reach out and for some support. You know, I'm always here at the end of a comment or a DM. So yeah, please feel free to get in touch, whatever. Thanks very much. I hope you've got something from this video. Take care.